excitement of death is sweet death, the lifetime process of dying a little bit, whether through anger or wrath or lust or crime or whatever may be the out of alignment state. The suicide demon or the suicide entity convinces us to commit a little suicide. Take the daredevil, take the chances people take gambling itself in the name of a good cause. Little bites of sweet death. This is the excitement of death. Death is exciting. It is thrilling. It releases a rush into the system. And those who have not experienced the bliss of God or the infilling of the temple with the Holy Ghost take a paltry, counterfeit substitute in this excitement of death. This is a very treacherous state, and one must be able to begin to identify what are those harmless pastimes and indulgences that we have become so accustomed to that are a ritual and participation in the process of death. This is the day of the resurrection. There is no death. Jesus has proved that to us. Yet the world itself would entice us to be a part of this excitement of death. The fifth is the kingdom of the flesh, which is the kingdom of illusion, the kingdom of senses, inordinate. It is all of the trappings of limitation, mortality, and the karma that then comes cycling through the flesh form and life. Foolish wisdom of the flesh, how we can waste a lifetime in the foolish wisdom of this world, things that men have thought up and created as standards in every field of human knowledge, many of which do not lead to the solid conclusion that where I am, there God is. That statement of being swallows up the endless, endless, endless foolish wisdom that comes forth that does not lead us to the kingdom or the consciousness of God. Then comes the wrathful wisdom. Is there a wrathful wisdom? Yes. It is the violation of the light of heaven, the taking of the power of God by force. So the violent have been known to attempt to steal the light of the kingdom. And this is the practice of black magic, witchcraft, variance, necromancy, Satanism, spiritualism, and all of those things that are based on superstition and the lower astral order. There is a wrathful wisdom whereby the wrath of fallen angels bursts forth upon the world. It is the misuse of science and technology in war, in drugs, in all those things that violate the soul's habitation of her body. These are the 7 powers of wrath, and it is the wrath of hell waging war against the soul. How much more are we able to face an enemy that we can recognize, whose ways we can know? How much better able are we equipped to ascend to God and to rejoin our beloved Jesus and the angels when we understand that there is a path, there is a mystery whereby the word does descend into our temple. There is a promise of a measured step. There is a promise of the increase of light if we defeat the devil as Jesus did in the wilderness. If we look at his life and say every step and stage and initiation that remains recorded, these the Son of God did for me, that I might also know myself, first as the Son of Man, and then as the fruit of his Spirit. So then, ignorance, even in doctrine, even in religion, does move against the victory of the soul. Therefore, we may look at the darkness, at dark powers and spiritual wickedness of fallen angels and their hierarchies in high places. This is the literal translation of that passage. Spiritual wickedness in high places are the wolves in sheep's clothing who have entered in church and in state. And so they come with a false and damnable doctrine that moves against the divine government and abundant life of God, of Jesus, both in government and the economy, and then the denial of personal and individual discipleship unto Christhood in the churches. Thus you are a body of believers who know you are a part of the mystical body. Thus, in your heart you confirm the gospel of Mary Magdalene.